Oh, there's always a vault. There's always a vault.
Which is fine. You're vault hunters. It'd be kind of strange.
Exactly. We've been hunting these vaults for 15 years.
Has it been 15 years? Jesus.
It's actually been 17.
Wow. Why did you just pull me down the hallway there and just smack me like when I was reeling? That's harsh.
Hello and welcome back to a brand new episode of everyone's favorite podcast, the Critical Arcade Podcast. I'm your co-host, Nick.
And I'm Dave.
Hello, Dave.
Oh, Nick, you well?
Yeah, Dave, you watch movies.
I do watch movies. So thank you for noticing. People don't say that enough. But yeah, I do watch movies.
Have
Why?
you seen the Borderlands movie?
No. No, I haven't.
No, come on. This intro was...
I know.
I was banking on you having watched Borderlands.
But it's by all accounts, it's one of those things where I know it's really bad.
Yeah.
And I don't want to watch a really bad Borderlands movie. But a part of me does want to watch a really bad Borderlands movie. Can it be as bad as everyone has said? Like, it's, you know, the internet can be full of extremes and stuff. Can it be that bad?
Yeah.
But no, I haven't gotten around to watch that movie yet. I'm very torn. Like, I like the actors. Jack Black, Jamie Lee Curtis, Kevin Hart, he's alright. But I also kind of like Borderlands, and I don't. I really like Borderlands.
Same.
I just don't want to watch something that just like is so bad it might.
Yeah, that kind of craps on this thing we love.
Yeah, exactly. So no, sorry, your segue just fell flat because
come on. How about we pretend? Oh, I've seen the Borderlands movie.
Yeah, let's go to the lands of make believe then. You've seen the Borderlands movie?
I have. My favorite
think?
part is when Claptrap says it's Borderland in time.
Does he actually say that? I don't know if you're making this up now. Does he say Borderlanding time? Oh, because that sounds like that could be a written bit of dialogue for that movie.
It really could. It actually now that I think about it, that is something the writers would have Claptrap say.
Exactly. You could literally say anything and people would be like, yeah, that could be in the movie. Who knows? Who actually listened? I think most people fell asleep or just left, so no one actually knows what words were spoken in the Borderlands movie.
Maybe. But Jamie Lee Curtis is in the movie, so that's why I would have stayed. Yeah,
no doubt. We all love Jamie Lee Curtis. And it's such a... I don't know if it's going to be strange, but it's unexpected that she's such a gaming fan. Like, she loves Street Fighter. That's such a crazy pull. You'd never expect Street Fighter and Jamie Lee Curtis to go like hand in hand, but she really does love that.
Because she's like 60 something.
Yeah, I'd say she's got to be hitting those numbers.
Yeah,
very cool though. It'd be like finding like Helen Mirren likes Dune. Or Morgan Freeman's a big fan of Pokemon or something. It's a cool thing to find out about someone.
It is.
And yeah, I like the idea that she was cast because she probably likes Borderlands.
Or if Pierce Brosnan's actually played GoldenEye 64.
Sadly, I've seen an interview and he hasn't.
No!
He's seen clips of it and stuff like that, but he hasn't played GoldenEye, sadly. Which would have been the greatest thing to ever happen on planet Earth, right?
Come on.
Pierce Brosnan plays GoldenEye. But yes, anyway.
Anyway, from that disappointing fact, Dave, what did we play this week?
I wonder if everyone can guess. Today we're playing Stardew Valley. No, of course we've been playing the game that's kind of been in the news and on everyone's lips and for good and bad reasons. We managed to get our hands on Borderlands 4.
Yes, and it was placed in our hands so graciously by 2K, so thank you so very, very much for a review copy, 2K.
Exactly, those brilliant, beautiful, just genius people noticing that our podcast is just the greatest podcast in the world. But yeah, we got Borderlands 4, developed by, I'm sure everyone's heard of Gearbox Games, in infamy or just being famous. It depends which way you go on the internet. I didn't know that Gearbox... I'm always surprised. I always like to look at where the development studios and stuff come from. What do they do initially? Because Gearbox has been around for a long time.
Yeah,
regards to video games.
They've been the curators of Borderlands from the start.
Right? And I didn't even know, I'd forgotten that they did the Brothers in Arms games.
Ooh,
Hard
okay.
Sock or whatever his name is.
It's been a hot minute since I've played Brothers in Arms.
Right? And they also, originally they actually did they did lots of porting for games to PC, but they also had a hand in the Half-Life, the original Half-Life, like, extra games, the Blue Shift and Opposing Force.
Okay.
They had a hand in making those too,
No.
as well as a bunch of other things like helping doing Tony
I
Hawk
had no
Pro
idea.
Skater and stuff like
I
that.
thought those were pure Valve.
Yes, I'm guessing they just, Valve's too busy. Here, you go do this, and as long as it's up to standard, we'll release.
Yeah.
Did they also release Duke Nukem Forever?
Gearbox.
Yeah. Am I mad in thinking that's a thing?
I
No. Like,
maybe, I don't know. I don't know who made Duke Nukem Forever. Who was
I've got to
it?
look at it right now. Duke Nukem Forever, developed by Gearbox Software.
No way. Wow.
It was.
Whoa.
Again, it's either way of the spectrum,
What
right?
was that, 2011?
Oh, don't say that. It makes me feel so old. But
Was it? I'm asking.
Let's have a look. Nice. It was 2011.
Hell yeah. So this was post Borderlands. They had their golden sheep and they still made or finished Duke Nukem Forever.
Yeah, it's very strange because I also think they did that bad Aliens game. What was that called?
Aliens Colonial Marines.
Yes, that's the one. The weird nonsense
that's
dumpster fire of a game.
The
right?
bad alien game.
But again, it's very strange that they had Borderlands, big hit. Borderlands 2, massive hit.
Huge
Borderlands 3,
biggest hit.
No one talks about Borderlands 3. That didn't exist.
No, they talk about Borderlands 3, but not in a good way.
No, about to say. So it's very much a spectrum of really good and really bad.
It's all over the place.
Company.
But I mean, any franchise that's been going for more than 15 years, the better part of 2 decades, the conversation would be kind of the highest of highs and the lowest of lows. Yes,
very true, very true. There's no such thing as the perfect gaming development streak, right? It's just hits after hits after hits.
I don't know. Hidetaka Miyazaki is doing really well.
Yeah, well, I'll give you that. I'm trying to think. There's not one real bad one by all accounts yet, is there? And again, you can't mention Gearbox, you can't mention Borderlands 4 without mentioning everyone's favourite CEO, head director, or whatever the hell his position is in Gearbox, is good old, weirdly dressed, very cannot
into magic.
Keep his mouth shut. Randy Pitchford.
Hell yeah!
You may know that name from I don't know how long ago, a few months ago, when he was saying that games are expensive, and if you really wanted to buy it, you'd find a way.
If you were a real fan.
Yeah, like dumping on. Well, if you're only a slight fan, then you're not fan enough to buy the game. A very weird thing, but you'd have thought
he says some heinous things.
You'd have thought you'd have been like Randy, why are you talking this stuff? Just be quiet. Like the board members and everybody would be like, just shut up. We'll release the game and just shut up. But no, he can't. He just doesn't have that ability.
Don't you find that entertaining though? Don't you find it so compelling? What he says. To some degree,
yes. just like tabloid news and all this other stuff that we do slightly find addictive, right?
I personally can't look away when Randy tweets.
It's because you're dumbfounded. That's the thing. It's not. He doesn't just tweet like a negative thing, or that could be interpreted wrong. He tweets stuff that's like, are you out of your mind? There's even like a 10% chance that he's actually a genius. And he's tweeting it so that it can just be in the atmosphere. Everyone's talking about Borderlands 4.
I had that thought because Randy's actually a smart guy. You need to be a smart guy to be the CEO of a successful gaming company.
Yes, you do.
One of the biggest gaming franchises in the world. You need to be smart. That does not happen by accident. I'm thinking, just like what you said right now, Randy is trolling. Randy is making bad press or any press into sales of the game.
But you think that because it's the better narrative, because you don't want to just presume that this, like you said, echelon of gaming and been around for years, could be this level of dumb and narcissistic and like the smell of his own farts and stuff like that.
You know what? I think that's the character he's portraying, which isn't as fun as just pretending Randy is dumb.
That's very true.
I think he's portraying a character to kind of keep Gearbox and Borderlands in the news, which has been working.
Yeah, it's working. Ladies and gents, if you don't know what his current thing is being saying, he's basically been just, I don't know, dumping on gamers in regards to like their rigs. You know, people have this game's got quite a problem at the moment with frame rates, and Randy's answer to this is, you know, stop playing the game on basically a calculator. You know, you need was it premium game for premium gamers?
Yeah, time to upgrade.
Right, yeah, we all need like $6,000 like rigs if we want to, you know, play this game, which is really funny because it's coming out on Switch 2, which we all know is going to run horrendously or just be downgraded graphics-wise massively.
But so we say all these things. We say all these things, and I agree with a lot of them, but they made a good game.
Agreed.
They made a good game. Borderlands 4 is a good game. Performance issues aside, which are very valid, Borderlands 4, the core, the heart, I do agree. Is a good game.
And that's one of those things out there, ladies and gentlemen, you've got to keep an eye on, because it's actually being review bombed on Steam. So it's getting mixed reviews now, which is kind of unfair, because I get Randy saying it, and gamers unite in regards to these types of things, but it's getting mixed reviews on Steam. But it is a good game, like you said.
Do you think that's unfair?
It depends on how weaponized it is, right?
I think it's very weaponized, because that's apart from buying the game, shilling money for a product. Apart from that, the only other weapon we do have is review bombing when
that's valid.
That's justified and reasonable.
But it's like it's one of these things that granted, I've never actually reviewed on Steam before. Do you need to own the game to put a review in? Like, does Steam need to acknowledge you own it and then you can review the game?
Yes.
Okay, that's something, but you can refund on Steam within like 3 hours or something like that.
Yes, you can. But usually every review has a line that states how long this person has been playing this game.
Yes, that's true. That's right. No, I've seen that. So by all accounts, these reviews are people who paid the $70 or whatnot, and
exactly, and they feel cheated,
which is kind of fair, right?
That's what I'm saying.
Under the assumption you could review anything even if you hadn't purchased it. But if they've all purchased it, and let's face it, $70, not a small amount of money.
No,
it's not. It's kind of it's quite a lot. Yeah, well, maybe you're right, but I just know how weaponized reviewing can become.
Yeah,
and
in the case of something like Black Myth Wukong, where it was a I think it was a localization issue.
Yeah,
or it got review bombed for some geographical.
Yeah, it was a very petty reason to review bomb it.
Not
I don't
fair.
understand that.
So when it's justified, I think yes, review bombs do make sense, because it's hitting them where it hurts.
Yeah, and it's a free way of doing it and stuff like that, right? It's the people. But like we were just saying, the best place to get your reviews of games is obviously Critical Arcade Podcast, because we're the only unbiased, open, truthful podcast that exists.
Listen to Critical Arcade, rate Critical Arcade, spread the word, tell your friends of Critical Arcade.
Wow, that was very like spooky haunted house vibes. Is that because like
I don't know where
Halloween's
that came from.
coming up slightly in a month or so?
Came from.
I like it. Anyway, should we jump straight into the narrative then?
Let's
of this
do it.
Game?
Narrative.
Now, the narrative of this game, just much like all the other games, you come across. Well, wait, 1 and 2 are the same. What's 1 and 2 the same Vault Hunters? I can't remember now.
No, none.
So
none
every
of the games
single
are the same Vault Hunters.
Has always had 4 new characters, right?
Every single time. The first game had Lilith, Brick, Mordecai, Roland. The second game had Maya, Salvador, Zero, and Axton.
Have you got that written down? Or
No,
is that
I
just
don't.
In your brain,
I don't.
Just brain.
The pre-sequel has Nisha, Claptrap, Wilhelm, and a Greek lady.
Hey, it's falling apart. It's falling apart. A Greek lady.
Borderlands 2. Oh, Borderlands 2 also had Gage and Krieg. Borderlands 3. I can't remember.
I don't know half these people you're mentioning. I heard Claptrap, and I was like, yeah,
yes.
I know that one. And Roland. I know the first ones. Roland and Lilith and Claptrap.
Borderlands 3 had Amara, Zane, Mose, and the...
Steve.
No, it's a robot summoner man. I cannot remember. I cannot.
No,
damn. Okay, there's two I forgot. I got the rest. Anyway.
Well, in regards to this one, you get a whole new batch of Vault Hunters. You got Rafa, the Exo Soldier.
Yeah.
Harlow, the Gravatar.
Right.
Vex, the Siren, and Amon, the Forge Knight.
I think it's Amon.
Which is kind of cool. It's kind of the same thing. You got a Roland. You've got a Lilith. I'll give you Harlow, the Gravatar, which just reminds me of a Pokemon for some reason. I don't know. It just reads like a Pokemon. She's kind of like the tech savvy one. And then of course Amon, the Forge Knight. He's
big
just
tank,
melee, big tank dude, right?
Big heavy dude. As far as Vault Hunters go, I think they got 2 out of the 4 spot on.
Yeah, but they always have a siren, right?
They always have a siren, that's right. Except for pre-sequel, there's always been a siren.
Which is kind of because the main story throws kind of rely on sirens a lot in regards to narrative.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Borderlands 3 just took a big turn into sirens too much.
Oh, really? Because this is what... This kind of follows Borderlands 3, right? Because... Wasn't it?
Because of the end of what happens in Borderlands 3, which I'm not going to spoil.
But that's when the big thing gets moved to the new place, right?
Yes.
Okay, there we go, see? And that's where this game starts off. The big thing that was moved to the new place has caused a problem in our new planet we're on called Kairos.
Yeah.
And the new big bad, this time, is the tyrannical dictator, the Timekeeper, which... sounds lofty and kind of impressive. I wouldn't say he's that impressive yet. I'm hoping he fleshes out a bit more. But
I'm sure he will. I don't think we've got another Handsome Jack on our
That's
hands.
the problem, right?
Is it a problem? Or was Handsome Jack just lightning in a bottle?
Yeah, I think you're right. Because I didn't play 3, so I don't know what the trash fire narrative was for that.
Oh,
Handsome Jack was so good, it's so hard not to just
No, Handsome Jack was... excellent. They knew what they had, so they made him the central point for 3 Borderlands games.
Yes, right. They did the Telltale game one was basically
exactly.
Well,
they
right?
did Borderlands 2, Borderlands pre-sequel, and Tales of the Borderlands, of which Handsome Jack is a center point in all 3 of them. Gearbox knew what they had with Handsome Jack.
They really did. They milked that character.
Which was cool. I don't think that we're going to get another Handsome Jack ever again, and I'm not sad about it. The Timekeeper can be great, even if he isn't hitting the same levels as Handsome Jack.
Yes, not yet.
Okay, yet.
The thing is, it's such a placemaker name.
Yeah.
Like, how do we make this one? Timekeeper. I wonder what he does. Well, he obviously keeps time or manipulates time in some way. But again, the story kind of plays out like you'd expect it. We're not going to put any spoilers in here because, that's always harsh. But just like everything else, you've got the Timekeeper, you've got his minions, you've got to take down his special in command type minions, eventually getting access to the Timekeeper himself, and that big old vault that you're all itching to get inside
there's always
and
a
find
vault.
out what's
There's always a vault.
Which is fine. Your vault hunters would be kind of strange.
Exactly. But we've been hunting these vaults for
that's very
15 years.
Has it been 15 years? Jesus.
It's actually been 17.
Wow. Why did you just pull me down the hallway there and just smack me when I was reeling? That's harsh. But yeah, the story... I was originally, and it's very, like I said, you play Borderlands 2, you fall in love with the characters. Borderlands 1, you fell in love with the first characters because it was the new game. Now, this does have some of the characters from the franchise that we all know and love. We got Claptrap, depending on your views on him. He's kind of like a Jar Jar Binks. He's hit and miss. We got Miss Moxie. I think everyone loves Miss Moxie by all accounts, right?
I love Mad Moxie.
Some of them I will not mention because of spoilers, but there are a handful of other ones that come into play here in regards to I know them!
If you played the previous Borderlands games, you know what to expect.
Yes,
there are cameos upon cameos, and some of them aren't just cameos. They're points in the story, and they're going to
That's
be
true.
characters from previous games. You know
And
what to
that's very
expect.
common.
We're not going to
Yeah, that
spoil
is-
anything.
But the narrative of this game, just like so I'm going to say just like all Borderlands games, isn't the key point. But again, Borderlands 2's narrative was freaking great.
Yeah.
It's what you'd expect for a first-person looter collectathon type thing. It's pulling you in. I haven't quite found a character I'm like really enjoy.
You mean
There's
of the
cool-
playable characters or NPCs?
No, just in general. Because I remember, like, we both love, what was his name, Scooter. Gets right.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
he was great.
Oh, yeah. Everyone
His
loves
sister
Scooter.
was great. The big lady with
Ellie.
and there were so many characters I fell in love with. And here, the only one I fell in love with so far, there's this little dwarf guy. I forget his name. Something the Defiant. You know, I don't remember names. He's kind of cool because he's kind of like a baby Yoda type character that kind of like, he's just a badass in general.
I
and
liked
kind of got
Rush.
mystery behind him. Rush is alright. He just... I don't know. We live in a... Okay, he is like a paragon and a beacon of good and all this other stuff, but he just seems too positive in a world that's just surrounded by death and the Timekeeper. But maybe that's just me. You know what? I do kind of like Rush. I do kind of like
Yeah,
him.
but
He's
kind of
alright.
liking something isn't as good as really loving the character.
That's what I mean. Am I going to remember him in a few years' time?
Probably not.
Probably not.
Yeah.
But
No, I get it.
like-
I get it. Yeah. But regarding the story of Borderlands 4, since the prologue, it's clear that Gearbox is trying to have this entry be more grounded. They said they were
Yes.
going to have it more grounded, but actually seeing the game be grounded and not fall into the same trap they did for Borderlands 3 is very refreshing. There's a moment in that prologue mission where you and RJ?
That's him. That's right. RJ.
Where you and RJ kind of go through the prison, and he says, "Ooh, you know what? Maybe we could release some more prisoners while we're at it." And then they open the door, and then the corridor is just filled
That's right.
with corpses of prisoners.
Yeah, no, that
And
was a good
Borderlands does something it's never done in 17 years.
What's that?
It shuts up.
Oh, yeah, I got you. Yeah.
RJ just says, "Oh, no." And it's quiet.
That's true.
Borderlands
That's true.
has never been quiet. It's never not said anything
Yeah.
to have a moment sink in. This is the very first time.
That's true. By all accounts, Borderlands as a franchise has been quite loud in general, right? With the audio, the communications,
Especially
the radios
with
and all the other
Borderlands
things.
3, it throws you with cringy quip after
really?
cringy quip non-stop.
I'm kind of glad I didn't play it by all
No,
accounts, because that sounds like that would just annoy you after
Yes,
like
Borderlands
20 minutes,
3
right?
is, the gameplay is great, but the narrative is annoying.
Yeah, like I said, I don't think even playing this game, I'm not being enthused to pick up the third one so I can even find out what happened.
No.
It's one of those fence posts in regards to good, bad, good. This game, the story does develop. It gets, the sad thing it does, it has, like you said, the prologue's got some decent pacing. I think the pacing really slows down at the beginning quite a lot. Like, because you kind of narratively meet Claptrap and the Resistance, and there's other things for you to take. But later on, when you get back into it, when you start taking down the lieutenants and stuff, then it really starts amping up. It gets some serious stakes and some weird, like, dramatic moments that make you go, okay, yeah, I remember. Bloodthroat, cutthroat planet where, it's harsh here.
I mean, regarding that, I think having this play out on a brand new planet is a good idea. I like that idea.
Agreed, yeah.
We've
and it's
seen
so much more fun, right?
everything on Pandora.
Yes, that's very true.
Right,
That's very
through
true.
and through, every single corner, every stone. We've seen Pandora.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you've heard, Borderlands 3, you planet hop.
Oh, I did not know that. So Pandora and other places, I take it.
Yeah, you start in Pandora, and then further, like, biomes are different planets, which, I mean, it always feels like you're getting to know this little tiny part of the planet, and then it's another planet. Instead of, like, Pandora, you get to know that entire place.
But by all accounts, it's kind of like that was kind of hot when Borderlands 3 came out, right? The planet thing. We had No Man's Sky and all those other things with pre-generated planets, and I can see why they went on that bandwagon.
Yeah.
But again, they just failed to pull it off like some other games did.
I think so, because then you never feel like you fully realized a planet.
Yes, agreed. Like
you did in Borderlands 1 and 2.
Because these are alive living things, right? In regards to planets, you want to see what's going on and the life around it and what's here and there.
Yeah.
I agree.
And that's where I think Kairos in Borderlands 4 has succeeded.
Yes, agreed. This is and again, it's single planet. We of course know the classic in regards to these things. There's a winter place. There's a fireplace. There's
classic biomes. This is still a video game.
Yes, exactly. It's what we know and love and comfortable with, and we know the score. How we're going to traverse them, what weapons to use. It makes you feel comfortable, but it's fun. There's a lot there to do, and it feels a bit more lived in than other ones too. In regards
yes, it does. When you get to that first town area where you meet Rush and
that's right.
What's the lady that helps you? I can't remember her name.
Bike Lady.
When you get to Rush and Bike Lady, that town's filled with people.
Yes, and another like a fun thing they do, just there's people out and about, isn't there? In the world itself. That could be visuals, but there's life. There's life to the planet, which is a lot different compared to the other ones.
What I also like regarding that point is it's not just you versus the bandits.
Yes, true. Yes,
that was Borderlands 1. It was you and the bandits, and eventually the Crimson Raiders.
Yeah.
What I like in this one is there's a clear contrast between order versus chaos.
No, agreed. That's kind of like the whole stick of this story.
Exactly. It's even a bit on the nose by having the one side called the Order.
That's right. That's very true.
Right, and the psycho-induced bandits.
Yes, right? The literal chaos,
There's a nice clear contrast, and it feels like we're just stuck in between.
Yeah, trying to find balance for sounding like Star Wars by all accounts.
Yes.
Anything else narrative? Should we jump into the visuals of this bad boy?
I think I just have one question for you. Do you feel like them tuning down the humor or the teen humor? Do you think that drains some of the personality from this?
It's so hard because I know exactly what you mean. Now, ladies and gents, we're both in our 30s, so we're far from having the young adult brain where these nuts jokes don't quite hit as well as they used to, if you know what I mean. I think they've toned it down. Some of it still kind of makes me smirk, like the inner teen inside of me goes, nah, like that was funny. They said balls, or they did some sort of lewd joke in some way. But I do think it's toned down. I do agree that I feel it's less.
But do you think it's too much?
No, I think they did it too much in 3, right? It was too much. They've toned it down.
Toned up too much.
Yes, that's what I mean. I mean.
Yes.
I haven't found too many moments that made me smirk in my teenagey mindset. There was a handful. I liked I got it down for audio. There's lots of back chat from the people you're trying to kill in regards to comparing you to mother-in-laws and crude jokes about I like the psycho lady who was trying to fix rippers, but she was also mental herself. She was a doctor, but then later on kept saying she wants rivers of blood to fall down the walls or something like that.
Yeah.
That stuff was very Borderlands. But I do think they've toned it back. I think there's a lot more humans and less psychoticness. And I can't remember that many jokes. I can only... Granted, maybe it's just my memory, but I felt like I laughed more in the other ones, especially Borderlands 2.
You were also a teenager then.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I don't know how much of this is just being an adult and you being a dad. where I don't know, you grow out of it to some degree. It's a hard one. It's a hard one to answer.
Now let's go to visuals.
Now I've always loved cell shading stuff, be it the Dragon Ball Z games, be it the Borderlands games, be it Dragon
Legend of
Quest.
Zelda, the Wind Waker.
Yeah, exactly. That type of stuff's always been my jam, and this is pretty. This is a pretty game.
It is. I like it. I like looking at this.
And they kind of pioneered this like stuff. It's very rare that you can actually go to the shacks and the locations here and really go zoomed into the areas, and it's all there. It's all detailed. It's all got shadows. It's all got light. It's all got pretty bright colors and all the things you're looking for.
There's loads of improved lighting, shading.
Yeah, no doubt.
Particle effects and environmental details. They're all quite good. And I was looking at the environment last night, and I'm kind of thinking these thick black lines on the textures.
Oh yes, yeah. Like
they
the
could actually make
lines.
Gearbox get away with a lot.
Yeah, agreed. You must be like you could just hide like the color bleeds and stuff like that would go into one another. You're really good. Yeah, I agree. But it's just done so well. I'm so always too. Also weirdly a fan of those title cards that always come in when you meet someone.
Oh hell yeah!
I just like those, and then a part of it is moving whilst the other part is.
It feels like a real introduction instead of just talking to a new person. Okay, bye, and then you leave.
It just hits different. I love those little bits and helps me remember their names a little bit more.
You know what?
Because
those title cards were actually. They started in Borderlands 1.
Yeah, that's
but
right.
in the mid game, they just never added the title cards.
I didn't know that. In Borderlands 1, they just
Borderlands
stopped doing
1, the early game and end game had title cards.
That's odd.
When you meet Dr. Z, title card.
That's right. No, I can picture it. I can picture that one.
Yep.
Yeah,
and at the end, when you get the big bosses, they all have title cards. But mid game. No title cards.
How weird. What
Borderlands
weird
1 Scooter never got a title card.
Oh, that's the worst thing ever.
Yeah.
Because I say that's the worst thing ever because I think you've played what's the Telltale Games one?
Tales from the Borderlands.
That's right. You know the story of Scooter, right? which always gets me in the feels, the narrative of Scooter. Do you know it? Do you remember it?
No.
No?
What? No, what's that?
What? You don't know the ending of
maybe
Scooter?
Maybe I do. Maybe I've just forgotten.
Okay, I can't spoil it because
Damn it.
Tales of Borderlands is a good game. Everyone should play it.
Come on now. Okay, now I'm going to go read up.
You've got to look. His ending is epic. It's a fantastic ending to his storyline. Shame. So anyway, back to visuals by all means.
Yes, back to visuals. I still like that they include multiple biomes in the game.
Yes, yeah.
Another thing that Borderlands 1 didn't have are biomes.
It really didn't. It was all just dust and sand,
It was all
right?
just Pandora Desert Planet.
Right,
At the end, you kind of
Tatooine.
went into the mountains, so there was some snow, and you fought the destroyer in some snow in the mountains. That was it, though. 95% of the game is in desert-induced Pandora, which makes sense, but is less fun in a game.
No, agreed. It's always, again, just discovering the other side, right? Sometimes you're just in the green pastures, and then all of a sudden, through a cave, you're now on the winter. And it's also pretty. It is pretty. There's just moments where you just stop and look at it. And again, like I was saying, narratively, even visually, it's alive. You'll see... oh God, what are the bad guys? Big mammoth things taking out a bunch of weird dog things. And
Manglers?
And quatches. Are they called quatches? The weird
Cratches.
moth things? Like you'll actually see them duking it out, or you'll even see a herd of the mammoth things just grazing and like chilling out.
Yes,
but then,
right?
It's so much more alive than the other games.
It does.
In regards to what's going on.
And it looks it.
Yes. You could see, ladies and gentlemen, this was the game that they needed to bring back the fans, right? Because 2 was great, made them millions. 3 was bad. They needed this, after the Borderlands movie. This is one of the ones they needed the fandom back, right?
Exactly. Because Borderlands had 3 misses. It needed a hit.
This could have been like a Hail Mary type situation, because if they didn't get it back, like if their main franchise started losing, the customers started losing faith in it, got to be hard to keep those payrolls coming in and you know, the rent paid in all the places.
Yes.
Right? I am glad this is a good comeback. This is
same.
They have kind of done it.
Yes.
Be it in regards with a few bugs and stuff that we'll talk about later.
You know what? It is extremely it is not good practice to sell a product half baked.
Yes, that's very true. We all
and
know
I'm not condoning that. I'm not saying that they should do that or that it's okay. No. But Gearbox, they do fix these products.
That's true. That's very true.
In 6 or 9 months, the majority of these issues are going to be fixed. Now, they shouldn't be there in the first place.
True.
But I think in a couple of months, this is definitely going to be...
No, I agree. They do.
Up to standard.
Because, like I say, we talk about Randy Pitchford, but there was a ton of just hard-working individuals that love the game too.
Yeah.
They really want everyone to enjoy it. They really enjoy updating it and fixing it and stuff like that to make a fully fleshed out. People forget that sometimes. There's still a ton of people who are just gamers or nerds, and they're just trying the best with what they've got. And yeah, I think you're right. This will be updated. This will be patched out. This game will run perfectly eventually. But you're right. It's not really fair to release a game.
No, not fair at all.
But that's a debate for another time. And another thing, you can't talk visuals of this game without talking about the guns, right? The guns, 40 billion of them or something like that in regards to the... But they've also got so much character in their own right. They
do. I find it mind-boggling that they... Obviously, these guns are generated, randomly generated,
of course, yes,
right?
Yes.
Of course it is. So there are certain systems they've got to generate these guns. But then you're thinking, okay, then they must just look like every single gun looks the same.
Yeah, but with a different color or different element or something like that.
Which
just
isn't really the case.
No, there's some, like, I don't know about you, but I've actually got, I like Jacobs
You're a
guns.
Jacobs
If
man.
I find,
I'm a
because I
Vladov.
just like
I'm
the
a Vladov
aesthetics.
guy.
Yeah, and it's crazy to think, yeah, of course it is generative, but someone had to generate the initial plans, right?
Yeah.
The texturing in regards to the handle and the colors and the microscopes, the scopes on the guns themselves, right? There's got to be a level of development and artistry to doing that, and these look great. There's even a big fish. Not a big fish, a fish that you get that you just throw around and it just pounds the ground and just lays down damage, and it's just a fish. You're just tossing fish at people. See, that's the wackiness that Borderlands has almost always had, that brings people back, right? It's
I
the
would
wacky,
just really
weird
like
stuff.
this wackiness and also a grounded narrative. I keep thinking, when I think about the narrative of this game, I keep coming back to the moment that I cannot forget in Yakuza Like a Dragon.
Okay, yeah.
I've told you this before, but there's a moment when Ichiban and his crew are in the streets fighting, and then they meet a big African American who's got baseball hands and a very wacky accent, and it's just the silliest time, and it's fun.
That's right. That's true.
5 seconds later, after this fight, we walk into our, what's it called, bathhouse?
Yes.
We walk into the bathhouse where we're employed, and then we see our boss hanging from the ceiling, murdered, dead.
That does have some ups and downs.
Lifeless eyes turning up, and it's a harrowing moment. And to move from the silliest time, just getting absolute whiplash, going to this dark, somber moment.
No,
I can't forget that, and somehow I'm getting that same feeling at parts in this game.
Oh no, it does. It does later on in the game. It does have those moments entirely. Like you're picking up fish, you're shooting people, and you're stomping on them. You're gliding around. Then all of a sudden, someone will die.
Yeah.
Or something will explode.
Yes.
Or you're like, holy crap.
Yeah.
It does chuck you in that like, whoa, this can't be happening. I was just having fun 5 minutes ago.
What's
right?
that? There's a side mission in the Fade Fields where a farmer has been slaughtered by a psychopath, and you kind of get clues together to figure out what happened here. And I kept waiting for the punchline.
Yeah, some sort of like it was a ha, got you.
Exactly.
Yeah,
at the end,
right,
it wasn't a murderer,
right.
And the farmer's assistant just says, "These nuts."
Yeah, no, exactly. Because you think that because you've played Borderlands 3.
That's what would have happened in Borderlands 3.
Yeah, exactly.
But in Borderlands 4, no. It's actually a psychopath. The farmer was really horrendously murdered, and you find his limbs before you find his body.
Yeah.
It's great.
And that bit is kind of like visually, that's kind of it's one of those things that grounds you. You're busy shooting things, and all of a sudden there's just gore and a brother hiding in a cupboard who's scared to come out, and it grounds you, and it's like, whoa, what's going like this? We got serious tones all of a sudden. What's going on?
I think that's really great, and I think the visuals play into that really nice as well, because that mission was in a barn with the barn doors open. It almost felt like it was sundown and the god rays were shining in, and it made the entire like air of the side mission feel somewhat disturbing and uncomfortable.
Agreed. Like because the world is so dangerous, to have someone even more dangerous than you were expecting, like a serial killer in regards to that,
and not funny.
Right? Yeah, exactly. But in regards to visuals, we cannot not talk about the elephant in the room in regards to everything that's been out online at the moment. We played this game on the PlayStation 5.
Yes.
And didn't really see too many problems, right? We played like a normal PlayStation 5 game. It came out the door swinging. But for the PC, there's problems. There's some issues on there.
There are. We can't ignore these problems. The game doesn't look that exceptionally, amazingly, generation-defyingly good to justify what it's doing to hardware.
Yeah, it's absolutely crazy. And this, ladies and gents, this isn't just like, your gaming PC you buy from your local PC store, like your just generic one. These are people's rigs that are just like worth more than most people's cars. These are $6,000-$7,000 towers and all the meaty graphics cards you can throw at it, and it's really struggling. A lot of them, especially I've seen some like 4-player modes, because of all the attacks and all the specials and all the things going on. Wow, is there some lag and some really stuck frame rates when the chaos is being thrown down,
which isn't great.
It isn't, because it. Surely they must have known this, because like you said, there's the fights and the throwing the canisters and the shadows and the light. That's all a lot going on, and when you've got that times 4 in the one space and one like arena, surely you could have planned around this.
I don't know. Maybe
knew this was coming.
I don't know if you heard, but Borderlands 4 was actually moved up on schedule. It was going so well with development that they moved release forward a week. And I kept thinking, is that really what happened? Is that really what happened?
Yeah.
Was it going so well that it now is releasing a week earlier?
Right.
In this state? No, something else happened. Something else happened that we don't know about. It might just be Randy Pitchford saying this to get like 10 minutes in the spotlight again.
True.
Some attention. I don't know.
Yeah, it is a bit suspicious, isn't it? Because you never hear games like, it's going to be here sooner than you expected.
Yeah, no, you never.
Everything's always delayed.
If this game needed a bit more time in the oven to iron out some bugs, leave it in the oven.
See, in my mind, I'm trying to think: is there a big game coming out in like a week or so? Like, was it
people were speculating that Grand Theft Auto 6 was coming out.
To be honest with you, that would have killed it. If this released the same time as Grand Theft Auto 6, the momentum would have more than likely have gone Grand Theft Auto 6's way.
But it's 2K. They both
big boys.
Are at Take-Two.
That's true.
He would have had the. He's the CEO of Gearbox, and Take-Two owns Gearbox as well as Rockstar. They would have told him.
That's true. He knows that. Yeah, he's been given the release calendar and stuff like that.
Anything else for visuals?
No, let's jump into audio, Mr. Audio Man. What did you think of the audio in this game?
I don't have loads of notes for the audio. I think if you've played Borderlands, you kind of know what you're getting into, even if it's just audio. The 3 points for audio I usually lift out is sound design, the soundtrack, and voice acting.
Of course.
Firstly, sound design and combat, it's all really good, right? The gunfire, explosions, the elemental effects, they all contribute strongly to the feel of chaos. And here's the important word, impact. You can really feel an impact of the guns, which is important because they're a very kinetic thing.
Yes, they're beefy and they're loud and they're lasery. If they're agreed.
The audio matches the visual spectacle.
Yes,
in many firefights because there's a turn going on. And again, you can't see everything going on, but you can hear everything.
That's very true.
On.
Like even if you've got squad mates and stuff like that, right, doing things behind you. Yeah,
that's the one thing that your the sense of hearing has got above the sense of seeing. You can hear everything. You can't see everything.
No, of course.
So that's why it's very, very important.
But it's one of those things. I can't remember things. We've all had this, but has there always been a void of music in these games? Because I was playing again, just wandering around, and there's no. I've not even. I think I have, but I haven't really even recognized like a badass soundtrack in regards to boss fights. I think something is playing, because I think I would have noticed a void of just silence and just my guns making noise.
You would.
But in a lot of the game, there's just it is like atmospherically. There's no music going on. There's no. Like, there's radios, I'll give you that. You can go to certain areas and there's a radio switched on and you can kind of listen to the music that's playing over the airwaves.
There's definitely songs playing. When you're fighting, there's a soundtrack in the background. But, the cacophony is so loud. There's so much going on regarding sound design. You kind of just tune out.
Which is kind of sad, because boss fights with like a mega kick-ass soundtrack just feels great. Like, this game should have that.
Yeah, but 99% of the time, your gun's going off.
Yeah, too loud. I agree. I don't know where the balance would be in regards to that, but you're right. There's so much kinetic noise, bombs, grenades, shotguns, and all that.
Borderlands 1 had a slight soundtrack when you're just kind of roaming. You're just walking. But I think Borderlands 1 was the only one that did that. I don't think 2, 3 did that.
Well, there was another fun little addition I liked in this game that I didn't notice until later on. Did you know that in this game they give Claptrap a volume control? If you find him annoying, you can actually turn him down. So you can mute him, you can make him quiet, or you can turn him up depending on your views on Claptrap and his unique voice, I suppose would be the best way of saying it.
Claptrap is annoying. That's his whole shtick. But
that's right.
Even if he's annoying, you can still kind of remove that annoyance from the game.
Yeah, I kind of like
whether
that.
It's his personality or not, annoying is annoying.
Yeah, that's true. I kind of like that, because I actually love Claptrap, and like I said, we've been playing with him for years and years now by all accounts.
Same.
But he can get a bit annoying.
Yes, right? But I'm still not going to turn him down.
No, and if he invites me to any more pizza parties, I'm going, because he's Claptrap. You got to go help the guy out. And what do you think of the voice acting?
I think the voice acting is great. I think the voice acting is really good. Borderlands has always had good voice acting.
That's true.
It's never been flat. It's always been over the top.
And I've heard it took because there's so many words and stuff like that, it took like 2 years to actually get all the voice acting and all the lines and stuff like that.
Right.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, your Vault Hunter has so much more agency when it comes to actual dialogue. They say so much more. Compared to Borderlands 1 and 2, you were basically mute.
Yeah, that's agreed by all accounts. You do say very little.
Yeah, now you say so much. And if you're playing solo, Gearbox needs to ensure that every single Vault Hunter says every single voice line.
That's right. I was about to say the same thing. Each one has a response to the narrative, right?
Yeah.
So it's not just one person. It's the I forgot their names. Instantly forgot the name. There's Harlow. There's Vex. There's Rafa. There's Amon. They all have to have And they all have different lines. It's not just the same line. They all have lines in regards to their character. Yeah. Be it wacky or stoic or jazzy. I can't think of another way of describing it. And I was looking at the voice actors. Vex, the character you played, is... Sorry?
The witch.
Oh, that's a witch, of course. Is played by Judy Alice Lee, who also voices Luna Snow in the Marvel Rivals game.
Oh.
And I don't know if you played Diablo 4. I know I don't. She also plays Nyrel, or Nyrel. I don't know how you spell it. You say it in Diablo 4. So she's got a bit of a pedigree behind her.
Okay.
We got Rafa, the ex-soldier guy who I play. He is voiced by sorry, I'm going to say his name wrong because he's Spanish. Sorry, apologies. Alejandro Saab. And I didn't know this. He actually does Akihiko Sanada from Persona 3.
No way!
I'm glad you said that.
Akihiko.
Is he the boxer?
He's the what? Yes, the boxer.
Yes, I got it right. So he does the boxer from that. He does Kaino from Genshin Impact. He does Jing Guan from Honkai Star Rail. Is that the guy who's the wind element?
Oh my god!
That does the sexy
I can't remember. Yes.
There we go. You're the one who remembers this. I rely on your ability to remember everyone's name.
I don't know that much about foreign names.
Harlow the Gravitas, played by a lady called Kimberly Brooks. She was Skye in the Arcane TV series. She was Oracle in Return to Arkham. I know you know that one. Oh. And she was Ashley Williams in the Mass Effect games. So again, another kind of big name in the voice acting scene.
Yeah.
The Timekeeper, which I still haven't really heard much from him yet, is a gent named Dave Fanoy. He was Gabriel Tosh in StarCraft 2, which I know is a big one. He's a Zam in Street Fighter 6, and he actually plays Lee Everett in the Telltale version of The Walking Dead. Which did you ever play those games? Another great game.
He was Lee.
Yeah, he was. He was Lee. Wow. So another big kind of name.
Yeah,
and one that I forgot to write down, but the voice actor is actually very good. It's actually RJ. Now, I won't go into further to why I say that, but I was shocked how good his voice actor is. He's also got some pedigree, though, by all accounts. He's in a lot of animated cartoons and TV programs and stuff like that. He's actually impressive. Now, I don't want to do any spoilers, but I was like, whoa, okay then. He's actually really good. But yeah, so we got quite a cast. We got quite a cast in there in regards to voice acting.
Quite a lot.
Which is good to see.
The music, the one that usually stands out for Borderlands games is the intro song. It's very important. Ever since Borderlands 1, the intro song has been a big tone setting for the game.
Yes,
right?
Of course. Yeah, agreed.
Every Borderlands game is a song that kickstarts the game and introduces the main Vault Hunters. Borderlands 4 has This Land by Des Rocks.
Okay, am I supposed to know? Like, I'm not much into the music. Is that a famous band or just
no? I don't know.
Nor do I.
But it's a good song. What did you think of the intro cinematic and the song? I think it's good.
No, it is always good. And like you said, they're relatively prolific in Borderlands games because I can almost hear the in Borderlands games you've got like a single stringed guitar or banjo or whatever that just does like a riff, right? That's stuck in my head forever, by all accounts.
Same.
So yeah, it was, of course, the opening, the prologue is just is great in all ways in regards to these games, and this one in particular.
Right.
So anything else audio-wise?
No, we can go into gameplay,
which is the big thing, right? Gameplay, Borderlands. I think gameplay, what do you love? Right, has
been the big thing for all Borderlands games.
That's right.
This is why you come back to these types of games when you can get this gameplay with your birdies.
That's right. See, I was playing this game thinking this is fundamentally a multiplayer game, I think, at its heart. Absolutely. Which is also a single-player game.
But always has been.
Right? It's so coded for you and your brother or you and your mates all going together. It's just so much better.
Yes,
right?
Yes, that's why it's got local co-op. That's why it's got couch co-op. That's why it's got online co-op. I
still love it's got split screen co-op. I know it's very dated and it's not going to last much longer.
That's what
but
this game's for.
I do love that it's still got that, even though it's almost surreal to try and do co-op again with a split screen. You're so not used to it. Like, oh crap, okay, yeah,
but
you're
it's
left
good.
and I'm right. It is so good.
Yeah,
and they've improved movement in these games, right?
Yes. The movement
it's a lot faster.
The traversal, it's a lot of improved. You can now double jump. Glide.
Jump. Yeah.
Grapple.
Everyone's favorite. You can't make a game now without a grappling hook. Everyone loves a grappling hook.
And since Borderlands 3, you could slide and you could also mantle. So that had some movement and traversal improvements, but Borderlands 4 is taking it a couple of steps further.
No, it's a lot better. A lot of the people who like that kinetic movement from, say, like the finals and Titanfall 2 and all the other things that I can't think of. This does have a lot of movement in it compared to other games, which is a lot more fun in regards to trying to dodge and duck and dive all the bullets and the mayhem that's going on the screen.
Absolutely.
And that's what we're all there for. The mayhem itself is the draw. It's the wave upon wave of badass things and psycho things and massive spider things and flying things all happening all at once, and you get to shoot them and get criticals and freeze them.
They're all coming to kill you. Watch out! You need to fight them.
It's just palpable. It's just every single time. It's one of those scenarios when every time you drive from one bit to another and you see a bunch of bad guys, you go, oh, I'll go kill them too, because why not? And of course, the loot. Everybody knows this is what we're all after. Everyone, when that Christmas tree explodes of just guns and shields and grenades, and you're looking for the yellow one or the legendary one, and it just keeps going. Every single time.
I mean, that's why this gameplay loop, this perfect balance Borderlands 2 struck between looting and shooting, is exactly why these games are called the looter-shooter, and why Borderlands 2 is still the king. Well,
oh, no doubt.
I mean, we'll see if Borderlands 4 can take that crown, but Borderlands 2 is definitely still the king of the looter-shooter genre. Because of that fine line between combat, which is, in this case, generally considered satisfying.
Yes, there's no doubt.
Right, with the synergies, chaining effects, all the different skill sets, the different trees.
And you can respec and play them differently, and like you can be a witch, you can summon things, you can be badass guns, you can have turrets, you can have big glowing balls of grenades that both suck them in and throw them out, and that's the good stuff.
Yeah, we talked about this a couple of days ago. I mentioned that the Borderlands games generally have legs.
Yes, that's true.
This game can be played for years on end.
That's right.
Hundreds of hours.
People always go back to them, right? As well. Like
absolutely.
2 years down the road, do you want to play with your friend again, or should we try doing... It is one of those games you pick up again and say, let's do it. Let's go kill some things.
Borderlands 2 have been up on some of the lists for most played games for years on end, and I think Borderlands 4 is going to take its place.
I think it is a good installment. I think it is going to do well, even with the things being said and the problems. It is a solid game,
but it's going to do consistently well for 5-6 years.
Yes, I think so. I think so. Yeah, I really do think it's going to keep going. It's got legs, like you said.
Yeah, it does.
Again, like I said, they've added new things. You've got miniguns, you've got satellite attacks, you've got like mini nukes in regards to your grenade slots that would most commonly be known. You've got little randomized boss fights that's come up in this big bubble that you go into. Of course, there's arenas that you enjoy. It's the Borderlands formula that we know and love, and it's back. Everyone, let's just forget 3 exists. Let's call this Borderlands 3 because it's just...
Yeah, don't play 3, don't meet Ava, just spare yourself.
That's right, exactly. By the way, it's one of the things we also discussed is that this game in single player, if you play this game on your own, it's actually kinda slow and weirdly like...
Yeah, I've got the same on my notes here. Solo, it's all right.
Yeah, it's kind of like going back to like an old online game to see the people playing it and then realize there's like 6. And you're just like, oh, I guess I'll go clear this place out. And then you do it and you're like...
You mentioned earlier when you're on your way to a mission and you see a flock of bad guys, when you're with your friends, you all climb off and you just...
hell yeah.
Exactly. That's exactly what you say. Hell yeah. But if you're alone and you see another batch of bad guys,
yeah, that's right. Yeah, you just go faster. I gotta go do that side quest, so I gotta go drop this thing off for the bounty board, right? It is weird because this game is coded for more. You've got to play it with more than one person.
It blossoms when you play it with
exactly.
friends.
It elevates itself so many more levels.
Yeah, you could play it solo, and I mean you're still gonna have a good time. But it's going to be so much better exponentially with your friends.
Yes, exactly right. Like all the Borderlands games, fundamentally. Even 3 must be better with people than without.
It really is. I think if I played 3 alone, I just wouldn't have made it.
No, or completed
I would have made
you wouldn't have got to the end, no doubt. The only thing I don't like in this, and I don't know, this is just probably old Dave just talking here. I don't understand, you can ping... so that you can get the arrows or a string in regards to follow to where your location is. I don't understand why that disappears after like 30 seconds and then you got to ping again. That's just not helpful for anyone.
I know.
It's like, why?
It isn't. You're right. I don't know how they fix that though.
I don't get that. I don't.
Because when it disappears, I press it again.
Yeah. And it's not like you no longer want to go there. Like, I'm glad that's gone.
Yes.
I'm going left now anyway.
Or you press it once and then, immediately I know the entire path now.
That's all I needed. I needed 5 seconds of pointing me in the right direction. And I know how to get on top of the big mountain inside the cave where the big door is. That I don't get that. I really don't. I don't get that thing. But it's the only thing that really kind of got on my tits a bit.
I get
it. The ping disappearing is such a weird idea.
I think Mafia,
anything else gameplay?
Mafia the Old Country did it really well.
Yes, I know. We all know. What was it? Ghost of Tsushima, or whatever you say.
Oh yeah,
with the wind and the petals and all that stuff. That's how you do it.
We'll see if Ghost of Yotei does the same.
Here's hoping. They've got to. If they don't,
I know.
Anyway, that's a different discussion.
Ooh, speaking of, my favorite new feature of this game, easily, is the digibike.
Yeah, no doubt. Just the easement of getting around.
Just press right on your D-pad and all of a sudden you're on a motorcycle. Please.
And it spawns like nearly anywhere. You can drop, you can jump off a mountain, glide across it, start falling, whack Mid-air. On your digibike and then just keep going.
Yeah.
There's such a nice kinetic flow to being able to do things like that. And I know that speedrunners and stuff like that have already started cracking ways to get into the boss fights instantly and stuff like that in regards to these things.
Great.
No,
I know that with the inclusion of these digibikes, we're kind of sacrificing the catch a ride.
Yes, true. Yeah, I miss. Yeah, I'm
willing to make that sacrifice. The digibikes are just the quality of life improvement of having is just too good.
Because the scooter, you had to go find one of the garages each time, right?
Once you find one, now you need to walk to it.
Right, yeah, you're absolutely correct. The bikes are just so much makes an easement, and again keeps that high energy in regards to let's go kill some more and let's go do this instead of we gotta go find a garage.
I'm doing this with my friends.
Right, exactly. No, you're right. It is such a good quality improvement.
I liked it.
Anything else gameplay wise?
No, we can move into performance.
This is ladies and gents where the score kind of takes a beating by all accounts.
Yeah,
right?
Unfortunately, this is where the game draws the most criticism.
Right.
On PC, like we said, even high-end rigs struggle with low frame rates, stuttering, crashes, texture issues, and particularly in large battles or outdoor environments, which makes sense because that's when it's got the most going on.
Yeah, and because like halfway through to end game, it just ramps up the amount of bad guys you got to take on. So which is good because you need the challenge because you've upgraded yourself to the whatever levels.
Yeah.
And again, like you said, these high end, some people are claiming it's actually unplayable on PCs. They cannot finish the game because it just, the frame rates are dropping, but you're dying, or you don't know where you are, or you're clipping, and and again, good old PC games. I get that it will happen on occasion, but it crashes out quite a lot.
Yeah.
In regards to hell, it even happened to us on the PlayStation 5, right? Mine crashed out in regards to when we were playing multiplayer. Yeah, mine crashed out when we were playing multiplayer for no reason.
Oh, that's right, it did.
It just, it was closed. And that, what we all know, there's going to be problems, but that just plain closed me out. A lot of other people have just, it's one of those weird phrases that we've come to terms with now. We said, but it only crashed once. Which is very strange. It's like your car saying, well, one of the wheels fell off.
At all.
Yeah, but, two of the wheels could have fallen off, but it was only one this time.
Oh, so you're fine.
Yeah, it is. It's a problem. It is a problem.
Right? Even on PCs, to hit a stable 60 FPS at higher resolutions, which, you should be able to get if you've got something like a 4090 or whatever.
It's like one of those weird things I've never understood in games when you got the graphics engine and you've got all those knobs and slides that you can do to max them out to the most glorious levels you can. But I haven't found one computer or streamer or whatever that can actually do that on the game and then stream it and run it. There's not one computer that exists that can actually have all the things switched on, the ray tracing, the shadows, and actually run a game. I don't, and this is another example of it. You've got these $1,000 rigs that can just run anything in theory, but not this game. This game just, it's, I don't know how you code things. I don't have a knowledge of these things.
You know what? You know what it is?
Yeah.
A lot of people are blaming Unreal Engine 5.
Okay.
Immediately assuming when a game's built in Unreal Engine 5, it's going to run like poopy.
Yeah, but
which is an extremely unfair assumption because it's not Unreal Engine 5.
Because we've got plenty of games that use Unreal Engine 5 and don't have the problems,
exactly,
right?
And they are well optimized. They are well optimized. It's an unfair assumption. It's a lazy assumption.
It is a lazy assumption.
Because gamers just can't wrap their head around the fact that games are unoptimized, not because of the engine, but because of the developers behind it. The developers are either overworked, or they are inexperienced or something. But it's not the engine. It's an unoptimized game.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter what Randy Pitchford says in regards to you need better computers, and I like to see you. What do you say? I like to see you code and then make it.
Oh, come on.
I'm sorry, but that's the industry you're in. Every game developer has that same level of criticism and stuff like that. Yeah. It's not like it's only you. But yeah, it is. Again, if you release a game and people can't play it, and I know that the Switch version is going to be trash.
Let's not think about that.
It's but if you can't complete a game, like you're paying good money for it, and you can't finish it, it's broken. It's a game that doesn't work. It's not.
It doesn't work. These companies, unfortunately, they rely on AI upscaling technologies like
there's that in this, isn't it?
And
like
FSR.
AI frame rates or something.
Exactly.
Frame rates in regards to this game. Yeah.
They rely on that and don't think that games should still be making those frames natively.
Yes, agreed. Yes, they lean on those things
which is
too
so
much.
Unfortunate.
Yeah.
Our reliance on AI is.
I think everyone would have been like, yeah, okay, downgrade the graphics a little bit, but it plays fluidly and stuff like that. I don't think anyone would have been like, but it's not super high res when I zoom in at 1,000 times that I can see all the straight lines still. At least that's my point of view.
I hear you.
It is frustrating. Like, again, we didn't have a huge problem on the PlayStation 5's version.
No.
And
No,
the
we didn't.
main problems are all PC, by all
I mean,
accounts.
that's the sentiment that I've been seeing online as well. Consoles generally fare better in terms of stability, at least for this
by
game.
all lines. Yeah,
Though,
because again, we've said this before, because it's got a built-in. It is what it is. There's no upgrades. There's no extra graphics cards that you could shove in there and stuff like that. The actual build of a PlayStation 5 is across the board the same to some degree.
Exactly, and the developers can optimize for that build and that build
It's so
alone,
much more simple. Yeah,
which makes
so
it
much
easier for them to do their job instead of optimizing for all the PCs in all of the lands and giving the players the options to make the settings themselves. That must be harder to do as a developer.
Hard. Somebody pointed out the other day, we kind of understand why the answer is no, because money. It says, why doesn't Steam have an inbuilt computer check and not let you purchase the game if you can't run it? I know lots of people saying, because later on you might be able to run it and you want to do the Steam sales now. But at least like a big ass warning that comes up, are you sure you want this game because your PC is not up to scratch?
Maybe. Oh, because that's an extra step dissuading people from giving them money.
Yeah, it's money. Yeah, we all know
it's
that.
Money.
No,
it's
Steam
money.
doesn't want to do that. They want you to buy games you can't run because they still get the money for it.
Spend all of your money on games.
Yes, exactly.
A warning?
It's sad because that would be handy.
Give them money? No, thank you.
It's a shame because that would be helpful. But like I said, again, money, capitalism, all the other things, it's never coming in.
Pro-consumer in this industry?
Yeah, right? That's dead. What's the consumer again? They're the people with the broke-ass PCs, right? Who can't run a premium game.
The wallets. Anyway.
But anyway, performance-wise...
Speaking of money...
Yes.
Let's move on to value for money. So, this one... Like I said earlier, this game has legs. And it's got legs because the content is substantial.
It is. Yeah, there's no doubt. It is. It's a beefy game.
Yeah. Long campaign.
Think,
many side missions.
I bet you like completionists. There's got to be hundreds, like 100 hours or so in here.
Yeah.
Right? It really has to. Like it's got to be.
Not just that. Completing the game, but just playing through it, testing builds for each Vault Hunter.
Exactly. No, it's definitely got legs. And again, I'm sure we mentioned it earlier in the podcast. It comes out the gate at $70, which is kind of what I'm hoping new games kind of come out at. We all know that Nintendo and the $80 price mark, and even Randy Pitchford said, it might be $80. But I think that's why it went down a bit. I think that's why it hit the $70 mark, which is, I don't know, it is a lot of money, but let's face it, that's going to be the price point of AAA games from this day forward.
Jeez, yeah.
But like you said, it's got legs. It's got some stuff to it. You don't feel hard done by because you spent $70 and the game's going to be finished in a week. And, the memories and the multiplayer and all the things that go hand in hand, it is worth $70.
I think so as well. I also think the long-term value depends on how much you care about, like the replayability and with the loot systems, the co-op, the world. For fans of Borderlands, people who are really into it, it's likely worth it. But for casual players, maybe check it out first. If you've not played a Borderlands game before, check out the game first on YouTube or whatever before you buy it. But I think one of the main reasons that the Borderlands franchise has been so successful in the past is because it is one of the few franchises that can successfully cater to a wide demographic.
Yes, agreed. Because I was just thinking that now, ladies and gents, our view is somewhat biased because we grew up with Borderlands. We loved 1, we loved 2. We were going to be playing 4, be it for review or ourselves anyway.
Yeah.
Like you said, can this get new players fall in love with Borderlands? And I think the answer is yes. This would.
I think
if you were picking this up the first time, you would be like, yeah, this is a jam. This is great. This is a good time.
Yeah.
Which makes it, again, $70 is not a bad price point.
No.
You've got a lot going for you in this game.
And that's why I think even with this game being co-op is so smart, you kind of have to get your friends involved if you want this game to blossom.
Yeah, exactly right. And again, with the split screen, you don't need two. I know it's a weird thing. You don't need two copies.
Excellent.
I'm not entirely sure you need a PlayStation Network subscription, but I'm not entirely sure on that. But you can just play with your brother, your father, your sister, your
couch
baby,
co-op.
your dog. Yeah.
Oh, for couch co-op? No, I don't think you do need PS Plus.
Yeah, and that's perfect. So that's like $35 each by all accounts if you've got someone to play. There is. It is worth it. This is a good game. Take Randy Pitchford out the
yeah, forget about him just for a moment. This is a good game. We do recommend this game.
Yes, exactly.
The PC version does have issues. It does have a lot of issues. It shouldn't have launched in this state.
Exactly.
6-9 months from now, hopefully those issues are going to be smoothened out, and this game is going to be just fun.
It's going to be a gem.
We recommend this game off of those grounds.
Out of curiosity, on that segue, what did we score this bad boy then?
Our scores for Borderlands 4 were all stuck in a prison. They were imprisoned on Kairos, which is extremely unfortunate because, much like Australia, it's a bit of a prison planet.
Yeah, keep going, sure.
I know.
It is.
One day there was a big old prison break and the Timekeeper slaughtered everyone. Yay, no one's alive, yay. One escaped, though, and landed on the Claptrap's beach for the Crimson Resistance, I think it's called now. And that character was the letter grade rating of B-. Hot damn, another B-.
Oh damn, I just noticed that, you're right. But this is probably one of the only games that really did struggle just for performance, right?
Yes.
If that performance was just a bit higher, that slips straight into a B+, A.
Yeah. And if the performance is completely smoothed out, I put this in B+.
Oh, I'd put it in A. Easy A. Just because, again, like we said, I would be going back to this. In 2 years' time, I'd pick this game back up again, which is a rarity, right?
I'm going to be playing Borderlands 4 on and off for, I think, a couple of years.
Agreed. And that's great. It is a good game. If you're even on the fence, go pick this game up. It is. You know, I don't think anyone's going to super be disappointed. It's going to be a good time, whatever you do. Even if you're not into first-person shooters. You know, even my wife, who's never played it, I've been playing with her, teaching her the controls, and she's having a great time with it. She's enjoying. It is a fun game. So B- is good. It's a good score.
It's always been fun. Even Borderlands 3 was fun. The story sucked ass, but the game was fun.
Yeah, it's true. You can't, like I said, the gameplay loop. You can't. There's nothing boring or sad about it.
No, it's very satisfying shooting and or looting.
Yes, exactly. And that formula is always going to be a win. And Borderlands does it very well. There's no doubt. They do it very well.
Very true. Very
so,
true.
Pick up this game. I think it'd be well worth your time and money.
Thanks for listening to this week's episode of the Critical Arcade Podcast. If you would do all the things on whatever platform you're on. I'm so confused as to what people should be doing.
Yeah, I know, right?
I don't know. If this is YouTube, there's this new thing called Hype. Have you heard about that?
No, I really haven't. What's Hype?
You can like, you can subscribe, you can kick the bell. You can now... you can also comment, you can share, you can now also hype, which is just one too many.
Well, yeah, because we're getting old and like in our 30s, like
what happened to just watching a video?
What happened to poking people? Like, someone sent you a poke, right? Hey, I just got poked. But yeah, do all those things.
Do all those things, and if you're on the podcast app, tell your friends. Just spread the word.
Shout it out from the rooftops. Whatever you can do, we'd be
let
most
it all out.
Yeah.
And that would be mega grateful. Dave, where can we follow you?
Well, you can find me out and about, but by all accounts, I've managed to master the manufacturing process in regards to, with the help from the Timekeeper himself. He let me divulge some information for me. And I can perpetually, just continuously make claptraps. Just loads of them. Just every single, like, say every 4 seconds, a new claptrap, another one, and another one, and another one. And I will perpetually just make this planet full of claptraps, non-stop, with no volume control.
If we
That's
follow
what
you.
will happen, right? If you follow me. It would be like Wall-E, like the cool movie, but just worse in every possible way. It would just be multiple.
Yeah.
We'd all die in just like famine and stuff like that. It would all be
No
times full. Don't follow me.
How about no thanks?
Yeah, please follow the podcast in every way possible. But
Speaking of, I'm so excited. Dave, what have we got lined up for next week?
Next week, again, we are going back to our Indy 500 game.
That's right.
Which, again, like I said, is the blood and soul of gaming at the moment. In regards to Borderlands 4, is still good, though. We're going back to, I'm sure, a game most people have played in regards to PC, mobile devices, or whatever else, tablets. It came out on everything, fundamentally. Plants vs. Zombies.
Yes.
A kind of turbulent history in its long run, but the first one was great, and I look forward to going back to it.
The OG. Plants vs. Zombies.
And there's a guy on it called Crazy Dave or something, if I remember.
Oh, yeah, Crazy Dave.
Right? Literally, I understood everything you just said there because I'm a fellow Dave.
It's because you're Crazy Dave.
That's right. So I look forward to it. It's always a good time to go back to
I'm looking forward to it as well. I haven't played Plants vs. Zombies in ages, but I remember getting all the trophies, all the gold medals, growing my tree of wisdom.
Yes! I got addicted to growing the tree of wisdom.
Yes!
It's the weirdest side thing, but I really did. I loved growing the tree of wisdom.
I really enjoyed that game. I'm very excited for next week, and you should be too. So please join us for next week when we talk about Plants vs. Zombies. We'll see you then. Cheers!
Cheers!